must move. We must move.
Okay, well, this is basically made after I made initial recording, which is the clip that comes after this. Well, basically, I'm just going to try to summarize up. I talked randomly about, I talked about some stuff that was serious, and then randomly talked about some chatter, and then I got back into stuff. So I'm basically just going to try to summarize in here, which is prior because it should be like before. And why do I do this like as in a video where I basically practice against bots? Because I thought, hey, I can just get info out there and I can practice at the same time. Well, basically, just to get into it, I'm sorry, like, for putting this out in such bad time. Like, Intel Extreme Masters is really soon. And I put this on hold for one day maybe, because I thought, hey, this is not, it's just me imagining things. This doesn't work. This doesn't exist. But I didn't, and like, it didn't. Like, it actually exists, and it actually exists in online competitive matchmaking, and it's such, according to me, it's such a major thing. Like, hey, some people would probably be like, oh, this is nothing, but like, how do you know it's nothing? Like, people could have been using this in actual tournament matches, and like, since nobody actually thinks about it, probably people don't even notice it, but it's major. Like, let's just say, when people were spamming through Dust 2 here, they got an extra kill, and that changed the game. That could have been another team going to a tournament. It could have been another team going somewhere else. Like, I found this issue 2 months ago by myself. It probably has been in the game for way longer, so there's nothing like, we're just gonna go back to last giant and this is gonna fix it. No, that's not happening, because this has been in for over 2 months, for like, so many client updates. So unless you go back way before and test this out, you're not going to be able to change that. Well, basically Valve has to fix it, or go out and say this is not allowed to be used in tournaments. Because then if people see it, you can just call it out and like stuff like that. But this is why I'm spreading the information. I'm sorry to you people in MM that is going to get butthurt, because people are basically going to use this as a thing. And then to people who's like, I'm going to report you on Overwatch for cheating. This is not a cheat. This is a bug I found, which is not a cheat. Until Valve strictly goes out, I'm not myself going to use it, because I think it's way too fucking OP and it's not supposed to be in a game. And I don't think it's intended either. But that's my opinion. That is not an official Valve statement. So basically people are free to use it until Valve goes out and says, this is not intended, this is not what we intended to have. And then people can't use it in tournaments nor online. Or people are still probably going to use it on MM matches, but then just report them for other sheets. But not until Valve strictly goes out and says, this is a bug. We need to fix it. And I think it's major, because like, you can basically use it on long dust doors. You just buy your armor, bam, you run and spray your AK in the doors. Let's say you tag one guy. Let's just tag him for 3 shots through the door. Sure, that's 30 damage. But hey, that's 1 shot less than you have to kill him with otherwise. That is huge. According to me, in like an actual official match, that could be not, probably not a game changer, but like, I've seen matches where it goes down to 1 bullet in the game. Like, 1 bullet could have changed like the outcome of a game, where it's basically like 14-15, and that 1 bullet could have changed the game. So I think this is a major thing, and I think it needs to be worked on quick. Yeah. Yeah, so that's about what I wanted to say. Sorry I got a little bit worked up, but like, I'm just so tired of people calling, yeah, he's a cheater because he uses a smart bug. No, that's a bug. That's not a cheat. Unless, well, basically goes out and says, like in some cases, this is not intended, it is not reportable, I think. Like, it's not reportable, because you're basically reporting them for using aim assistance, which is not an aim assistance, which is a bug that the developers caused themselves. So, it's like Valve basically creates an aimbot in the game, seal_aimbot we call it, and then they say, don't use this, please. Or they rather don't say anything, but some people use it and some don't, and then you're like, I'm gonna report him for cheating. Well, to get it out, yeah, please Valve, make a statement if this is allowed or not. Peace out. And basically I don't want to redo that. Okay, so basically we're going Valve bind, competitive, does 2, just as in the other videos. And why do I choose this? I don't know. My config does not make this happen. It's basically, no, it's not gonna make it happen. I've tried also without my config. Freeze time, which basically cuts down the freeze time in between the rounds when I can start. Why I have 1 is because it changes a little bit if you don't have freeze time. No, it actually doesn't change anything in this scenario, but yeah. And I need start money 16k just so I can buy the weapons and bind 1 MP underscore restart game 1. Basically restarts the game in 1 second, like that. I'm gonna do that one later on. Basically I already showed you this, but like if I shoot with AK, then I shoot with a Glock. It doesn't matter if I shoot with AK or the Glock or both. And then I buy armor. I basically get both the reload, like in my primary clip, in the clip I'm using, and I get also, which I didn't show, which I don't know how to restart because also changes like this. I shoot a full ammo. And I also both get the clip I'm using and all ammo back. Basically a scenario where this is really, really bad, I'm gonna show you now. Okay, so I shot, and I got them, got the ammo back like that, but it could also be worse, like this. And then I can keep on shooting. Then it can also get even worse, like this. Buy vest. Bind. Okay. Buy vest. Helm. What basically, the first one is vest, basically buys me the vest. What I want is buy me the helmet if I don't have a helmet, or buy vest and helmet if I don't have neither. So I'm first going to press J. Okay, so now I got 1 more clip. But let's do it again, and I press K now, so I get helmet as well, and then I get another clip. Whoa, so what you're telling me? Yes, I'm telling you, you get 3. It's like having infinite ammo for 3 clips. Basically you have the first clip, so basically infinite ammo for 2 clips, but well, you get the point. Next things I'm gonna do is just for the testers and like Valve development, so they don't have to test everything, or like they might have to test anything just to be sure afterwards. But I think I've proven my points with showing both that both in a competitive match and outside. But outside doesn't matter. But if I would have done this in competitive games, like people would have been hating me. Well, during this I can talk about something like, oh yeah, I could talk about, haha, hacking. People call everybody hackers. Like I had one game where people's like, oh, he's hacking. Okay, but you actually know? I asked him, do you actually know what a hacker is? Oh, went on about every stupid thing. Like I told him, no, that's not a hacker. A hacker is someone who cut through something with with quick and skilled blow, basically cuts through something with rough and heavy blows, or somebody who manages a given challenge, as in somebody says, can you hack it or not? And the word has arisen from MIT. They hacked model trains. Well, and basically, how did I find this bug? I basically found it, I think, 2 months ago. And then people probably gonna ask me, why did you wait until showing it until now? Well, I thought somebody else would basically find it. I think it's a major bug, like, it's a major game changer, like to be able to do this. Now I haven't ever used it except for that one time, which doesn't affect anything. It basically got me in a worse position because I got up late to the site. But I mean, like, hey, I thought somebody would notice it. Just as in, like, Adrian Lamo, you probably most won't know who that is, but like, look it up then. He basically changed a few things to Yahoo, and basically, sure, it was not really that. It was small, not really too small things, but yeah, people should have noticed it, and nobody ever did. Like, people often don't notice what is right in front of their eyes, or like, unless you basically look deep into it. Well. As I was talking about a hacker, like, if I would talk about a good hacker in today's Counter-Strike, I would say Olofmeister? Yeah, Olofmeister, yeah. He's a good example. Like, he basically works hard on his aim, not his aim, but works hard on his craft, and he gets better and better and better, and we keep seeing it. Like, he keeps delivering. But don't confuse this with me saying he's a cheater. No, that is not the same thing. What I said is he's a hacker, not a cheater. Well, basically, like I'm gonna show you quickly now, it does not give me a Zeus back, but it does reload and restock my ammo. Well, basically a cheater would be quickly. I don't know if he cheated in official matches, but he did cheat because he got back banned for something. Yeah. Well, as you see here, I do not get my Molotov back. I'm gonna show you the rest of the nades as well, just for the developers.
We shall rule the day. Flashback.
Also going to show you the scenarios with all of them. I'm hopeful I'm showing all the scenarios for like developers. You might even come up with more, like testing all the weapons, like all the pistols without the weapons, and I have already done that, but like I don't have the time to do this here, so I'm basically not gonna do it because that is just the weapons are approximately, I think it's 112 scenarios. Then add in all the nades and stuff like that. Damn, and you got like so many scenarios to test out, and I just simply didn't have the time because I'm definitely not getting paid for this, I can assure you. And then we're gonna swap teams and do it on the other side. Okay. Why do I think this is a major change? Like, sure, it's not gonna be many maps. It's gonna be a few maps. Like, especially T-side, Dust 2, which is basically why I've chosen this map to preview it on. It does not work if I buy the fuse kit, or like it still works if I buy it's just the fuse kit does not trigger it. And now I didn't even buy the fuse kit because I'm dumb sometimes. God damn it. But if I buy a helmet then it still works. So it's nothing that stops it. It's just it does only trigger with Kevlar and helmet, which is basically commands vest and vest helmet. I have not used this by myself like in competitive matches, except for that one time when I showed it, and like I said, I got in a worse position because of it.